This is an important screen because last night, Jimmy and Skylar, you guys talked a lot about what I thought was like a little trip mileage odometer, but you guys are pulling out some information about possible range estimates based on this screen here. Give us the rundown.
Yeah, so I'll jump in. It's one of the first things that I noticed when I saw the charging screen in that video. I immediately zoomed in to see everything that we can see. And in the upper left is kind of the current range, state of charge, 190 miles. Over on the right, it looks like it has configurable kind of charging targets, and those are also not by percentage, which is kind of interesting, but by expected range. And you can see daily's 200 miles, extended is 252, and trip is 301 miles. And if I was in Vegas right now, I would be willing to bet that the R1T with 20-inch wheels and all terrains, the EPA mileage is going to be at or very, very near that 301 miles that you see on the screen there.
Yep.
There's one other thing that I'll point out is down at the bottom of the screen, it does show that it's charging at 48 amps, and that on this one, it says 15 miles an hour. We also saw other shots where it was either 18 or 19 miles per hour. And, it shows remaining charge time. And Jimmy and I actually went back and forth on that a little bit. Like, okay, well, it should be able to charge at max rates up closer to in the 20s, right? But this guy's in there with the climate control going, with the seat heater, which you can also see at the bottom of the screen over there. So it may be pulling some power away from, putting all of that power towards charging is one possibility.
Hey, while you're on that, we'll come back. When do you guys think they filmed this? They have the seat heater on? Jimmy, or was it Skylar? You mentioned that some of these shots look very similar.
So yeah, absolutely. This was filmed in or around Virginia Beach. We saw a video not too long ago where they were kind of drifting in the sand on the beach, and that was this truck and the Motor Trend guys.
Yep.
But there's some other things. I was curious about that same thing, Kyle, about the seat heater being on. When was it filmed? So we know when it was filmed, which was, within the last month or two anyway. But it was 7:56 in the morning and 63 degrees outside. Yep. So, and the guy's wearing short sleeves. He's drinking his coffee. Maybe he was just a little bit chilly and wanted to, turn on the Rebel Rally Swamp feature for a couple of minutes to warm up the keister.
Yeah. All right. Did you guys have any questions about, like, especially range and any of this stuff, or any kind of further color?
Yeah, I have one. In the article, they said that you'll be able to switch off two motors to get even further extended range. So I wonder, in this situation, is, to Skylar's point, right, is the max range 301 with 4 motors, or is it with 2?
I'm gonna go with 4, strictly because it's marketed as a all-wheel drive truck. I think you're only going to benefit more if you do go to the conserve, because I think the EPA is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not going to get the exact terminology correct, but the EPA, it does their calculations based off of how the truck is supposed to drive in a standard configuration, not in a conserve mode, or not limping on 4 cylinders instead of the 8. Like if you're an ICE truck and you had the cylinder deactivation type feature set.
Yep. All right, folks, thanks so much for watching. Please do subscribe. We obviously have a ton more coming. And then in the meantime, please join us over at rivianstories.com. We have a lot of great conversation happening over here, and we also have some t-shirts. We'll ship them straight from us to you very soon. Thanks.